Hey guys, my name is Ashna. I own a social media agency called Urban Desi, and here is my social media 101. Just like some friendly tips and tricks that if I had to start from day one, here's what I would do, or like I would recommend to any creator starting off. First things first is how to choose your niche. So this is how to choose your audience, how to choose your niche, how to choose who you're making content for. If it's one piece of advice I give to anyone, it's make sure that you're choosing an audience that you can continue to create for a long period of time. There are a lot of creators who start creating content at first for a certain part of an audience, and once they go viral, they blow up, they gain a following for that niche, and then all of a sudden they want to switch up and they expect the same people that follow them for that first niche to want to follow them for other niches as well. A really good example of this is Hub's Life on TikTok. He blew up because he started posting about his 9 to 5 routine. Then he quit his 9 to 5 routine, and now his videos get no engagement. I'm talking like, I think he has close to 1 million followers and gets like 1,000 views on TikTok. Now, I'm not saying you're stuck within one niche forever. There are definitely ways to switch up later on, but you can't do it immediately, and you're gonna have to be patient and grow with one niche at first. Along those same lines, the next tip I have is regarding staying relevant on social media or consistent on social media. And my biggest tip to staying consistent and relevant is to stay on top of trends. Social media is a full-time job. If you're gonna commit to creating, you have to commit to creating. You can't just have a month of solid content, gain a bunch of followers, and then decide that you're tired of creating and stop for a week and then expect to have the same engagement when you pick back up again. Staying relevant means staying on top of trends, using trending audios, making sure you're participating in trends that when they go viral, like on time. And a big part of this is also having formed a community within your audience. You don't want just like random bots to follow you. You want people to actually follow you for you and your content. And you want them to be engaging with your content, liking, sharing, and commenting. The people that follow you for your content, think of it as your fan base. You want your fans to stay engaged with you. So if you notice in your comment section, there are questions being asked or something that they want to know about, like repetitively, like 4 or 5 people have asked like what your hair care routine is, what foundation you use, etc. Start answering those questions in videos. That way they know that you are reachable through your comment section. Following that same thing, the algorithm is constantly changing and so are trends. So how do you grow with the algorithm that's constantly changing? Let me preface this by saying there is no formula to the algorithm. There's no cheat sheet. There's no specific times you have to post or a certain amount of times you have to post or certain hashtags, keywords. There's none of that. Like, social media is truly about being consistent, staying on top of trends, and building a community behind your content. There's no secret sauce. There's no secret formula. With that, the algorithm is constantly changing, which means that the apps like Meta, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok are constantly updating with new updates. Meta actually just came out with a huge new update, which released those like really tiny, slim videos. I think they're like 13 by 9 or something like that. And that's a huge update. There's also trial reels, which is a huge update. So the algorithm doesn't necessarily change, but what people want to see changes. And what people are interacting with definitely changes. With that being said, you need to keep on top of it. You need to be doing your research, and you need to make sure that you understand what's updating when, so you know how to adjust your content for that. A big tip I have is to subscribe to some sort of social media outlet that you like Urban Desi. My social media agency has a subscription plan for $10 a month. We send out trend reports, and also any updates that come through Meta or TikTok, we send to our subscribers. That way everyone's on top of it and they like don't have to go searching for the right information online. We just give it to you. My biggest advice on social media, whether you're starting off or have been creating and you're trying to grow, is to build a community. Again, you don't want random people following you. You don't want to go viral for one video, gain 10,000 followers, and then have no engagement on the rest of the video. That's pointless. And that's why I tell all my clients and everyone that I give advice to, going viral should not be your goal. Going viral happens once or twice and you gain followers, but you don't gain anything else from it. Instead of focusing on going viral, you should be focusing on building your community. And when I say community, I say build your network of people behind your content. You want to have people that will support your videos, like, comment, and share on most of your posts. And that way you have a community of like-minded individuals that support your content, but their fans will also become your fans. Like if you're interacting with beauty content creators and you have beauty content creators sharing and reposting your content, their entire following is also going to be your following at the same time. And that's how the beauty community is all connected. And that goes for any community in any niche. That's how all fitness creators are all connected, all cooking creators are all connected. And then we get into collabs, and that's how people collab with each other, which further expands their network and community. Dancers, my biggest tip for dancers is to start using popular DJ mixes and collaborate with those DJs. That way, the people that listen to these DJ mixes are gonna see your dances and then they're gonna follow you too. And that's how you just like mesh communities. My second biggest tip is to stay consistent. Don't go from posting 5 times a week to 1 time a week to 3 times a week to 5 times a week. If you're gonna post the same amount of times every week. Like, stay consistent with your content. And it's crucial that you deliver high quality content over high volume. If you can produce 10 mid videos, I'd rather you produce 5 amazing videos. Because anybody can produce content, not everyone can produce quality content. Storytelling and founder-based marketing are the 2 most reliable content niches. Everybody loves a good storytelling video, and everybody loves a brand that has a founder with a story to tell. My third biggest tip is to just post. Like, just post the content. Don't worry about what people are thinking. If you think about it, when we're swiping through stories, we see it for 10 seconds and then we swipe to the next. Think about how many people's story you watch on a day. Think about how many reels you watch on a day. Think about how many TikToks you watch in a day. Think about how much content you absorb in 60 seconds. And then most of us sit there and doom scroll for anywhere from like 10 minutes to an hour. Think about how much media we are consuming. You think that someone is going to stop on your 30-second video and analyze it? That I promise you they're not. The biggest critic of your own content is yourself. I promise you, people are not going to care what outfit you're wearing. They're not going to care if your makeup looks weird. They're not going to care if your hair looks off. They're just going to absorb the content and move on. Obviously, there are like haters and critiques on every platform, and 90% of the time when people blow up, the worst thing is the amount of hate and criticism that they get for the first time. Again, it's easier said than done, but genuinely, like, there will always be someone that has something to say. But at the end of the day, everyone's crazy, everyone's weird until it works. Think about every small creator, everybody, like people like Charli D'Amelio, who went viral for dancing on TikTok. When she started posting her TikTok videos, her friends would flame her. She has many podcasts saying that she would get bullied for her little TikTok dances. And now it's her full-time job. At 21 years old, she never has to work a day in her life because she makes money from silly little videos. The silly little videos make bank. So just post the content, don't overthink it, stay consistent, and build a community. Don't focus on going viral, build your community of people. Those are my quick tips and tricks for anybody starting off on social media. If you guys would like to learn more, like I said, I do own a social media agency called Urban Desi. Here's the website. And I do teach courses on certain things to learn within social media, whether it be engagement, audience, niches, branding, all of that. So yeah, shoot me a message if you want to take a class or if you want to learn more or if this video was helpful. Anyways, bye and good luck.